Welcome to More Based Off, where reactions are based on facts, commentary is based on experience, and every opinion is rooted in real talk. If you enjoy honest conversations, hit like, subscribe, and let's get into it.
Welcome to the place where the truth comes first. Breaking down the headlines, separating facts from the worst. No fear, no bias, no agenda to hide. Just real conversations from the other side. Hollywood lights, street stories, what's really going on? We ask the tough questions long after the hype is gone. Different perspectives, every voice is a shot. Because real discussion is something this world forgot. If you've got an opinion, don't keep it inside.
Hey, what's up, Hollywood besties? This is Alan Thompson with More Based Off. Hey, y'all, I'm so sorry we're not going live tonight, but in exchange, I'm going to do this live premiere, so we will feel like we got together tonight. I had some work stuff that is going over the time that I thought it would go over. So unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go live tonight with you guys, but we will be going live again soon, and I will announce that ASAP. So just be on the lookout for that. Make sure you have your notifications turn on, and I'll be sure to let y'all know when the next live will be. Also, everybody, I am almost at 1,000. Can you believe it? I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm only like maybe about 20 away or so, maybe 20 to 30. I'm not sure the exact number, but I know it's real close to 1,000 at this point. So y'all, we're almost there. Oh my God, can y'all believe it? And again, I just started this channel a little over 3 weeks ago at this point, and we're already almost at 1,000 people who have joined the base crew, y'all. That is amazing. So y'all make sure you get your membership. We have the first membership is the base Pinot Noir is the first level at $4.99 a month, and then the second one is the base Cabernet, which is $9.99 a month. And each level kind of unlocks different things that you'll get access to earlier, like premieres like this that other people may not get access to, and things of that nature. Special shorts. Each level, depending on which one you get, you'll get more perks. And you'll get recognized, of course, first in the comments when we go live, and of course, I'll think of all the different other little things that I'll be able to do for you guys, just as a token of my appreciation for your loyalty to my channel. So let's get into this video, though, y'all, and let's talk about one of the latest videos on Atlanta Street Interviews. And this one was the video where Polo got his bag replaced. Okay, so he gets this bag replaced in this video. And basically, thanks everybody involved, Miss Wanda. It was one of the another channel that does videos about Marcus. She basically, I guess, got her viewers to, I guess, put some money together to get the bag replaced. And so it was nice or whatnot. And so yeah, so apparently we're supposed to just watch this interview, smile because Polo got his bag replaced. Throw a little God in the conversation because they were talking about God a lot at the end. And trust me, I'm a person of faith, no problem with that. But they were throwing God in at the end, and God this, God that, but somehow we're supposed to completely forget how Polo allegedly got the bag stolen in the first place. No. Okay, because while I am genuinely happy for Polo, and I actually think Polo deserves to have something nice happen to him, the entire video just felt a little off and strange to me. The bag is back, everybody's celebrating, but somehow to me it felt like it was an elephant in the room, and it was being completely ignored. It's like, okay, first of all, how did we get here? Because Polo didn't just randomly lose this bag. And so that's what I want to talk about. All right, so before we get into this, before I talk about it, y'all, make sure you drop those wine glasses in the chat. Let me see those wine glasses. I can't literally see them because, of course, this was pre-recorded. But I am in the chat right now, chatting along with you guys. I'm going to drop my wine glasses. You all go ahead and drop those wine glasses as well. All right. So let's get into this. Now, if you've been following this story, you remember that Miss Wanda originally gave Polo this bag after his Monday makeover. And Polo was genuinely excited about it. Well, according to what has been discussed publicly, that bag was later stolen out of Marcus's Jeep. And one of the young men accused of taking the bag was Ola, somebody that was connected to that whole situation of the alleged spicy scene with the girl who was reportedly underage. We all know about that. And now where we're at with all of that. And that's where the latest video starts becoming a little uncomfortable for me. I mean, not uncomfortable like that, but you know what I mean. Because Marcus spends a lot of time talking about the people who took Polo's property. And yes, if somebody stole Polo's bag, definitely they need to be held responsible for it. If Ola and that whoever the other guy was took it, they need to be held responsible for it. No doubt about that in my mind. But we got to keep in mind here, two things can be true at the same time. Because why were these people around Polo's belongings in Marcus's vehicle, his Jeep, to begin with? I always see another side of stuff, y'all. See, you catching on to something with me? Why were they around his vehicle to begin with? From what Marcus himself has publicly discussed, this group had been put in the Airbnb in connection with content being filmed at Spicy Scene. Ola was a part of that crew with the two girls. What was it, Taylor and Yaya? Then the situation apparently blew up after questions arose about, again, the girl's age. So Marcus reportedly then he removed them from the Airbnb, and somehow in all that chaos of whatever happened after the backlash of them being removed, then Polo's bag ends up missing from Marcus's Jeep. So now when I'm watching the replacement video of this bag and hearing all this talk about bad people, Marcus was called, the people that did this betrayal, people taking advantage of you, and it wasn't anything on that laptop to begin with. And so I'm sitting there thinking, Marcus, are we ever going to discuss the decision making that created this situation to begin with? Because accountability doesn't mean Marcus stole Polo's bag. I mean, he didn't steal the bag, clearly. But accountability does mean saying, okay, I brought these people into my environment. I made some bad decisions. Things got out of control. And unfortunately, in the midst of all of that, Polo got caught up in the middle of it. That's it. Why is that so difficult? Instead, it feels like everybody else becomes a villain. Marcus, he's going to put everything off on everybody else. These guys that stole the stuff from Marcus's Jeep, the bag, and Marcus, they're the problem. While Marcus somehow just becomes a spectator to the circumstances that develop around decisions he was involved in making. And I'm sorry, but I just can't ignore that. I just can't ignore it. And then let's get to the God conversation. They started talking about God. Marcus, then even Rob kept saying, and Wanda's husband. Again, listen, I have absolutely no issue with somebody having faith. I'm a man of faith. I believe in God, Jesus to be specific. Hey, that's my savior. But everything does not need to become a spiritual lesson when there is a practical decisions that need to be addressed. You know what? Sometimes it's not the devil. I'm just saying. It's not a test. Sometimes not God removing people from your life. Sometimes you made a bad decision and you need to say, I made this bad decision. That's called accountability, Marcus. And honestly, that would make me respect Marcus more than all this deflecting he already does. He already, always does. I'm sorry. Okay, but let's get to this other part of the video though, which had me start looking at a certain someone a little differently. Let's start talking about Miss Wanda in these makeover Mondays. And I've always stood by Miss Wanda and be like, I really think she has a good heart. I don't feel like she's, involved in Marcus's shenanigans in any way. And, I've always said that. Because initially I really did like the concept of the makeover Mondays. You take somebody that's been struggling, you get them a makeover, makeup, the hair, new clothes, I thought that that was, a nice idea. And then Miss Wanda, she had previously made a point about distancing herself regarding these makeovers being connected to the spicy content. And she was saying that, she doesn't want people thinking that that's what she's doing the makeovers for, because people send in donations and everything like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So, she kind of set the record straight with that. But then recently, this the stud Tank got a makeover, and then right after that, she filmed a spicy scene. So I thought to myself, what is really going on here? Like, what's really going on here? Especially now with the controversy and the allegations surrounding Marcus and the underage girl. You would think that Miss Wanda and her husband might have a little common sense and say, you know what, I don't want to be associated with you right now. Like, you can, still, support someone, even though, what the allegations are, I don't really know how you support someone with those type of allegations. But if you want to, you can still do it. But I mean, it might be wise to do it behind the scenes and off camera and just say, well, right now, let's back off of doing these Monday makeovers. Because why would you want to be associated with somebody that's been accused of what Marcus has been accused of? I mean, I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying that's Miss Wanda's intentions or whatever her intentions are, but I'm just saying the optics are terrible. So if I'm Miss Wanda, I would be trying to protect the integrity of what I'm doing, and I wouldn't want to be associated with Marcus at all at this point, because I would think that truly the purpose is true transformation, encouraging people to get back on their feet, and things like that. But at some point, everybody in this situation need to ask themselves, like, what are they attaching their names to? You know what I'm saying? So it just comes across very, very odd to me. Okay, I'm done with that part. So let me say something positive. I am happy that Polo got the bag replaced. So again, that was from another creator that helped raise money, and I guess Miss Wanda went and got the replacement or whatnot. And then Polo did seem genuinely appreciative, so I thought that that was great. That was a good thing. And then I thought another thing was a great thing for Polo, and that's that he has finally started his YouTube channel. So I was happy about that, because again, remember I did that video about is Polo possibly going to be the one who could take over Atlanta Street interviews? Marcus goes away for a while, and almost like was Marcus kind of priming him and helping him like learn the ropes. So it's ironic that now all of a sudden Marcus does seem to be willing to help him start his own YouTube channel. So I think that's a good thing. Hopefully Polo, can be responsible, keep up with a device so he can do the content. And I haven't been able to check the channel out yet, but I am happy that finally Polo has started his YouTube channel. And again, Marcus has apparently helped him with that, and I guess is going to help him with that. So yeah. So regardless of whatever anybody thinks about Polo, people clearly connect with him. I mean, you could just look at the comments, people root for him. So I think it's great if he can build his own audience, learn how YouTube works, develop your own content, and most importantly, have something that doesn't disappear if your relationship with somebody else's platform does. Like with Marcus. So anyways, y'all. But this entire situation represents my you know main issue with Atlanta Street Interviews and Marcus. Everything is it was starting to feel produced, and especially at this point, it feels forced. And honestly, let's just be real, it feels fake. It's like, okay, something crazy happens. Nobody really addresses how it happened. Then we get this, redemption video of, oh, Polo got his bag replaced. Marcus was just, singing the praises of Polo when just in the previous video, Polo was calling Marcus out on his BS. And then, then Marcus wanted to bring up God and everything. And then we just supposed to forget how the whole storyline even got us here. No. Marcus, you cannot keep creating chaos and then turning the cleanup into inspirational content without somebody eventually asking who keeps creating this chaos. Polo getting another bag does not erase the first bag that disappeared, and replacing something is not the same thing as taking accountability for the circumstances surrounding why it needed to be replaced in the first place. Those are two completely different conversations. So, anyways, y'all, I'm done. I do want to hear from y'all, though. I'm sure y'all been chatting it up in the comments. I'm sure I've been chatting it up with y'all as well. What do y'all think? Did you all watch that video? And did you just think it was simply a nice moment where Polo got the bag replaced? Or did you also notice how carefully everybody seemed to dance around the reason the bag needed to be replaced in the first place? I mean, mainly like Marcus, you know. And what do you think about these makeover Mondays at this point? Wanda's still doing them, and then Marcus still going to film spicy content right after. I mean, it's just crazy. And finally, are y'all gonna watch Polo's channel when he, I guess, really starts being consistent with it and uploading content? Are y'all gonna watch Polo's channel? So that might be a really interesting development and to watch to see how that goes with his channel. All right, y'all, sound off below. This is Alan Thompson, more based crew. I'm sorry, more based off, and you all are the base crew. So, all right, base crew. Again, I will announce when our next live will be. I really appreciate all of you, all of your support. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, turn on those notifications, and we will be back with another video soon. All right, everybody, take care.
Yeah. Welcome to the place where the truth comes first. Breaking down the headlines, separating facts from the worst. No fear, no bias, no agenda to hide. Just real conversations from the other side. Hollywood lights, street stories, what's really going on? We ask the tough questions long after the hype is gone. Different perspectives, every voice is a shot. Because real discussion is something this world forgot. If you've got an opinion, don't keep it inside. Pull up to the conversation, let your voice collide. And more based on talk, real opinions, let's talk about it.
Thanks for watching More Based Off. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with someone who would enjoy it too. Your support helps to grow the channel. If you'd like to support the channel even further, my Cash App is on the screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.